So I picked this 90-gallon aquarium up at a yard sale, and it was in pretty rough shape when I got it. It had clear caulk all over the place. It was on the inside, on the outside, on the bottom edges. It was everywhere. It was just in rough shape. So I took it, got it home. I spent way more time than I thought I was going to on scraping and clearing off the silicone that was there. And then I went online and ordered some aquarium silicone, and I went with the black because I like that. And then once I had this all prepped up, I sealed it up. And now we're getting ready to see if it will hold water. I put the caulk on there 7 days ago. So we're going to see here. This is the stuff that I used. I ordered it from Amazon. I think I paid 10 or 11 bucks for it. But what I really liked about this aquarium and why I wanted it was this design that's etched into it. You got one on that side and then one on that side. And I just thought that was pretty cool. So, and then here, we'll take a look at the actual job that I did here. First time doing it. I don't know if it was done right or not. I looked at a bunch of YouTube videos and took the advice that people had out there. Scraped everything down to the bare glass with a razor blade, and then cleaned it the sides with acetone. And then I sealed it. So we will we'll see. Here we go. So I'm only going to fill it up about a quarter of the way. About a quarter of the way, just make sure it doesn't leak, really. And then we'll let it set for a little bit, and then we'll keep going. So I think we're just about over top of the bottom seals there. So okay, so I've got just enough water in there to cover the bottom seal. We'll see if that leaks here in a few minutes. We'll give it some time. Oh, I suppose I could put more water in there, I guess. While we're waiting for that to do what it's going to do, this is the color that I chose to paint my other aquariums. What is this? This is Clipper Ship Blue from Home Depot. That's what I used on the back of my other aquariums. Well, here, let's run down there and check that real quick. This is another garage sale find. And I painted the back of this earlier today. And then I cleaned up the stand, put some new hardware on it, painted it black, reinforced it on the side there with that, put this on there. And I put these on the front and on the back just to give it a little more support because it didn't look like much of a stand. This is a 75-gallon tank, so it was also in pretty rough shape. I still can't get it as clean as I'd like, and I've tried everything. I've tried vinegar. I've tried soap and elbow grease. I've tried Barkeeper's Friend. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this one. We'll see what it looks like once I get it all set up. And this was our little aquarium setup. We were playing around with some guppies, and we inherited this goldfish here from another family member who had it since it was a baby and didn't want to see it get flushed or end up in a pond somewhere. So they came over here and dropped it off, and so we'll probably put that in one of these other tanks I've got. So anyway. That's my little cichlid tank here. Shy little guys, but of course you got to have some buckets. And this is my little storage closet for the hobby. A little spot for all my stuff here. Couple extra filters there. Couple extra things up there. I've got a 150-gallon that I ordered that'll be here next week. And I got that 70-gallon or 75-gallon over there, and I got that 90-gallon that you saw upstairs that we just sealed and are water checking. And yeah, we're gonna turn this area back into a fish room, which it was last year, and then I decided to get rid of everything because I wanted to remodel down here. I never remodeled, and so now we're going back to a fish room. Something fun to do. Let's take a look here. I'm just a little nervous because I've never done this before. It's the first time scraping a tank down, and I know a lot of guys say there's nothing to it and it should take you about 20 minutes. This took me hours and hours to do, literally. So we'll see how it holds up. Well, it's been several minutes. So far so good. I don't know if I should try to fill it up a little more with some water. Halfway maybe, and let it sit. I don't know what the rules are. But anyway, you see my system here. Alright, we'll be back. This is just some play sand that I got from Home Depot. I got 2 big bags of it. And we took advantage of the nice weather yesterday and flushed this out. I think we rinsed it 8 or 9 times till the water was clear. And this is what's going to go in that 70-gallon aquarium downstairs, and one that I'm not sure I'm going to keep or not because it's pretty well marked up, but we'll see what it looks like once I get it all together. That's the sand I got. All-purpose sand. Said it was safe for sandboxes, and you can use it as a base for patios and pavers. The other bag that I looked at was washed sand, and it said not safe for aquarium use, so I didn't get it. I went with this instead. It's essentially the same price. So, but we'll see. I've used sand in other aquariums and never had any problems with it. My cichlids, I usually use the substrate that you buy at the pet store. But this, we'll give it a whirl, see what happens here with this cheap sand. You know what? While I'm sitting here, waiting to see what happens, you know, let's go through this bucket. This came with This came with one of the aquariums I got at a yard sale. Let's see. We got a bent net, another net, $19.99 for some prime. Remove chlorine. What's this? $16.99 Ultra Clear Sludge Digester for beautiful, healthy, clear ponds. What do we got here? Cute little decoration. Oh, yeah. I could work in something. Kosher salt. Let's throw that out. What else we got in here? Another piece of driftwood. Or some sort of wood. Fake plant. More fake plants. Garbage. 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 Fake plants. I know some of you are probably thinking that's garbage too. We got some seashells. And a dirty bucket. I just saw this. Could have bought this bucket for $10, but apparently it was just thrown in the deal. Well, it looks dry under the tank too. I'm gonna fill it up halfway at least. So it just occurred to me that I do not like how it's sitting on these boards. It is secure down there, and down here you can move the board still, so something is not setting correctly or level, and I don't like that. So I'm going to drain this real quick and start over. Seriously, I don't know how these YouTube people do this. Trying to do stuff and film at the same time is a pain in the butt. And it's a full moon. I didn't like that I could wiggle these boards back and forth as if there's no weight on them. So that tells me something's not sitting flat somewhere. And you know, that can pop the glass, so we'll just fix it. This could take a minute. So while I'm waiting for that, this is what I started with. I started with a little bit of rubbing alcohol to clean the glass. And then I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to use rubbing alcohol, I don't think. I think I'm supposed to use like the stuff that's in fingernail polish remover. So, and then I realized that that wasn't 100% acetone. So I went and I bought this, which is 100% acetone. And that's what I used. Oh, sorry about the, there we go. That's what I used for the, once I scraped off all the edges down to bare glass and scraped them again and scraped them again. And then there was still a little film there. I used that to clean that up, to get the rest of the silicone up. So I had nice clean glass. And then that's the spray bottle I used when I was trying to clean the actual aquarium, the other aquarium, with just vinegar in there. So anyway, those are the, that was the progression. This was the other thing I used because I heard great things about it. This Barkeeper's Friends. So I used that. It actually did a nice job, but it just couldn't get all the stuff off that one aquarium that was downstairs, that 70-gallon one that I'm thinking about pitching. So anyway, I don't know. I mean, it worked a little bit. I just couldn't get the stuff that was on there forever off. So, yeah, it's not really a good review of this product, but when I use it on something else, I'll let you know. This is that 30-gallon aquarium that I picked up also. I think I'm just going to play around with this and take it apart and then reseal it because, you know, I've never done that before as far as taking all the way down, breaking the seals that hold it together and then sealing that all back together. I'll do it in the same black sealant as well. You can see down here, this is looking a little sketchy, so we'll just fix that up. Since I'm just sitting here killing time waiting for this aquarium to empty, thought I'd share with you this picture of a buck that was out back in my house last year. I was able to click a quick picture. Look at that fellow right there. Since I do live in Michigan and we boat during the summertime, here's a picture I took this year of the Detroit River Light. This is the historic lighthouse that sits right at the Detroit River where it meets Lake Erie. So we go out there in the summertime and putz around, and my kid enjoys going out to the lighthouse and checking it out. So that's that. 1800s, late 1800s when they opened this. So it's still out there. Matter of fact, I think it's for sale. True story. Still killing time. Here's a little picture I keep out here of the smallmouth bass and the walleye and the yellow perch, which are all native to the Detroit River and Lake Erie, where we fish at. These are my friends. They go out fishing every weekend when the weather permits. I figured I'd mention them too, since they're the ones that gave me that little 40-gallon aquarium that had the cichlids in it downstairs. So anyway, just killing time as we wait for this to empty. Yeah, making progress. We're getting there. Alright, let's try this again. So I took those other boards out and I put these ones in. Let's see. Okay, that's sitting much better on those boards. We got her filled a little better than a quarter of the way, almost half the way there. And we shall wait. We'll check to see if there's any leaks coming out of the seams here shortly. Okay, you know what? I think I am just going to go ahead and fill it up the rest of the way. That's what I think. Here's a little better than half. So far, so good. Oh, what the heck? Let's give it a whirl. It is full to the very top. I'm going to let this sit here overnight, and hopefully I don't have a garage full of water in the morning. Well, thanks for checking out my video here, guys. My very first reseal of an aquarium, and I'll try to blend this video together tomorrow when I come back out here and check on this. I just It's my first go around here, so I'm not super great at this stuff yet, but I'm figuring it out. So, all right, thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate it, and I'll try to do a follow-up to this. All right, we'll see you.